probably heard of socialism or communism. Communism! And they say they try to control your entire life. Your whole day is taken away from you. What control do you have over your day now?
Most people have to be chained to a desk for 40 hours a week and they're not allowed to leave.
When you wake up in the morning and you feel like shit and you have to wipe the sleep from your eyes and like look around and be like, why does this have to happen this early in the morning? That's a capitalism.
And it controls everything, like your healthcare, your education. It all comes down to making money, but some things just don't make money. Honestly, ask yourself, how afraid are you of getting an injury and how that could possibly fuck up your life?
Yeah, you're being stopped from skateboarding, breakdancing, doing anything fun, because if you get injured, you're fucked forever. You can't go to work.
And so then you have all these people that say, well, we can make a kinder capitalism, a more conscious capitalism. It isn't gonna fucking happen. We need anarchy, we need socialism, we need communism, we need anything but more capitalism.
But wait, Brett, when you go to the grocery store, you have almost unlimited choice. You can buy 100 different types of cereals.
All made from the same stuff with different graphics on the outside.
All corn. It's basically just a bunch of boxes of corn.
That's capitalism.
It actually treats about 1% of the population like humans, and the rest of us like tools for those superhumans. You don't have any money, your bank account's low? I know where the money is. Jeff Bezos has it, the Waltons have it.
And they took it from us, right?
They took it from us.
We're just getting our money back.
Yeah, your work made that money. You deserve that money. That's your money. The 1% has never decided to do the right thing. That's why we have to take power and just spread it out among the 100% of people that exist.
Before we commence expelling this ghost from this location, before we save Jake from the lock, I will light the ceremonial herb that will give us the sight, that will give us the power we need to set Jake free. My Twitter's not working out here. Let's see if you can get a ghost. Go ahead and try. See.
I summon the ghost into ghostly ghostness. Come the fuck out if you're a real ghost. Now. Demand it. This is how we fucking hunt ghosts. And as we've pointed out, and as we've said, there are no ghosts.
So this is where the ghost lives, from what we know. And he's not home. Let me see, let me try this. Jake, you may overtake my body. I accept you into my heart and soul. Please, if you are here, take control of me. Use me as a vessel.
Gross.
Nothing.
Yeah, no ghosts. So I guess the lesson of Beaver Creek is there's no such thing as ghosts, there's no God, and the Bible is a lie. Off to Helltown to find out what the government's up to in the middle of fucking nowhere, Ohio. Hell yeah, bumping out here. Can I get some of this safety herb in my lungs, please? And thank you, are welcome here. Jake, you can't have any because they drug test.
Yeah, if you go to work, man, you're gonna get drug tested.
Jake, you son of a bitch! You get out here! Hey, Jake! Ain't coming. He ain't coming because he's afraid of me.
Hello everybody, welcome to Street Fight Radio. How's your night? Are you ready for a street fight? Sunday, things are winding down, or maybe they're winding up for you. Who knows in this day and age. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can jump in the chat. Chat along with such greats as Congressional Baseball Fan and Grindcore Enthusiast. We are taking your calls tonight. That number to dial is 614-655-3887. If you got boss stories about Corona, you got mass stories, you got dare stories, any street fight shit is welcome. You can also just listen to the show as a podcast. I mean, some people don't even bother with all the hoopla and just subscribe as a podcast. Perfectly fine. Any way we get you, we're glad to have you here. This is a big group project. Everybody is trying to flatten the earth and every hierarchy on it so that we can have equality for every working person in this world. Thanks for being here. My name is Brett Payne. My co-host is Brian Quinby. We're Street Fight Radio, the #1 anarcho-comedy radio show on any station across the nation. We've been doing it out of Columbus, Ohio for 9 years now on WCRS Community Radio here in Columbus, and also as a podcast. So if you want more of what we do, find it at patreon.com/streetfightradio. That's how this thing keeps floating. The support keeps on pouring in. We're happy to do it. I just released the newest zine just got posted, Small Business Tyrants 2. The digital version is available at patreon.com. We've got some bonus video. The Wings and Rings video is out. There's all kinds of fun stuff over on patreon.com/streetfightradio, where you can get a crazy amount of content for just $5. All right.
I don't know if that picked up on the mics, but it wasn't me.
Okay, well, somebody was ripping some tape off a package in here.
I would
and it was
never.
that, like, really...
Not the Howard Stern show, okay?
Yeah, I mean, that's what that was. Someone was tearing canvas really loud.
Gross.
Earlier.
Gross canvas, by the way. God, we left on Wednesday night, and we had been talking about putting together... We had something we wanted to talk about. We didn't get to it at all. And I had to make a promise to Brett. The first thing we talk about on Sunday will be this. So, we're here. It's Sunday. Let's talk about this. Let's do a little news story for a change on a Sunday.
Okay.
There is space in the queue, so if you want to call in, you can call in. But this is from earlier in the week. Earlier this month, the Midwest concert promoter Ardent Entertainment started advertising a 3-day nu metal festival that's set to take place in Ringgold, Wisconsin in the middle of July. At some point in the last few days, they started branding it as the Herd Immunity Festival, which is when awareness of the event really started to pick up steam, obviously for the wrong reasons. I would argue that when they decided to... name it Herd Immunity Festival, they knew exactly why they were what was gonna happen.
That's a lot of juice in that squeeze. That's a lot of attention.
I mean, if me and Brett named it like Anti-Measles Vaccine Festival, one of our live shows, then we would know that it would get covered by the news in an unfavorable way.
Yeah, I think that this is, an obvious choice. Like, why would you back down?
I would do the show now.
Bold.
If I named the fucking show and it came out and the venue didn't, because what's going to happen is the most boring answer to this is that the venue's going to cancel it.
Yeah.
Or the state government's going to give them an out. If I'm the state government, I say, hey, Ardent Entertainment, lose your ass. You know what I mean? You just let them run the festival. Nobody's going to go. They're going to lose their fucking asses anyway. And, like, make them play chicken, if that makes sense, you know? Like, just play chicken with them. Because they're going to cancel the goddamn thing.
Yeah, it's a setup to get a GoFundMe, really, is what it feels like a lot of it is.
At least 2 scheduled acts have dropped off the bill. The Florida group Nonpoint wrote in response to a tweet from Powerman 5000 Spider 1, Nonpoint is not playing because of the way the festival is named. We have dropped off, and the Detroit band Collidio announced, we do not want to put our fans at risk in a county with rising infection rates. We thank you for understanding.
See, this is kind of shitty, though.
Could have been, but this
is what I gotta say. The name, like, you could do social distancing and require masks and still call it like an edgy name. You could, like, some festivals are called like bringing Satan back from hell, and they don't actually do that, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
like,
I do
Nonpoint
think
agreed to it when they thought it was going to be safely done, but when they put a cutesy name on it, then it was a problem.
Nonpoint agreed to it probably though in like November or
Oh,
December or something like that. You can't like really get on them about it, and they were probably gonna fucking cancel anyway. I mean, you know how this shit works, right?
Yeah.
You know that Nonpoint was probably already planning on not doing this show, right? And that they were waiting
It's chicken.
for Ardent Entertainment to cancel the show so that Nonpoint didn't have to cancel on them.
Yes.
And that was what was happening. And then they went ahead and they booked the fucking show. They said that they were going to keep it, you know. We watched this happen in Ohio like 3 months ago, right? Like that Limp Bizkit Blink 182 Incarceration Festival.
yes.
We had the same sort of thing happen here where it was like they were like, we're doing the fucking concert. We're doing it no matter what. And people were like, no, you're not. Stop saying that. You're not going to do it. And
Yeah.
they were like, no, we're doing it. We are fucking going to do it.
And that's because there's a piece of paper out there that says if they say they're not going to do it, they don't get paid.
Yeah. So they ended up, you know, doing the cancellations and the refunds. That they just didn't want to get a refund.
Yeah, yeah.
Because even people were like, I bought tickets. I'm not fucking going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I think...
Oh, there's refunds. Yeah, those hurt.
Yeah, that's why I think they're letting them... That's why I think you let them do the fucking show. You
I
let
don't
them say
know.
they're going to fucking do it because you know what? Nobody's going to go. Nobody's going.
I don't think... No.
You make them give refunds, though. You make them hand out refunds.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have to be able to get a refund.
But our brave herd immunity citizens that want to mosh...
I don't think anybody would go to it. I think there would be probably 100 people there. It's a 5,000 seat venue, which is questionably safe. I don't know. And it's outdoors. And it's just kind of like, they're just doing an edgy name.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just think it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The name shouldn't be the problem. It should be just the whole show itself. It's weird that they were like, oh, that name's going too far. It's like the name is funny.
Yeah. The name is the part of it, the only part of it that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the name.
Yeah, you're literally going to plow through it and just whoever gets sick and die. Like, yeah, you're that kind of horrible metal.
Yeah, yeah. That the problem.
Well, also Static X was going to do it too, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Static X got to do what Static X has got to do right now. They don't have Wayne.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, like, I wouldn't do a show. I wouldn't perform on a show like this, and I'm not planning on doing a show right now. But I also think, like, if you're being a goof, if you're just mad because they're being goofy. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
they're not taking
listen,
it seriously.
We would have been mad the weekend of the show if they would have done it. Like, as a society, we would have been like, they're doing a fucking metal festival in Wisconsin, and we're all mad about it. You know what I mean? Like, we would have, as a civilization, would have been pissed off about it. We would have been mad. But we're just getting mad about something right now that I don't think is going to happen. You know? So at least 2 scheduled acts have dropped off the bill. The Florida group... Oh, no. A post on the Facebook page of the Q&Z Expo Center, where the event is set to take place, says that the name of the event has been changed. The festival is also not called Herd Immunity, and the name no longer tied to any of our social media or promotion.
We deleted it all.
Posters across the event's official channels have also been reflected to remove the name and update the lineup. Static X, Dope, a reunited Boba Flex, Blacktop Mojo, Royal Bliss, and Flaw, and a few more are still set to play.
Wait, Boba Flex is getting back together?
Yeah, they're back together, my man.
Whoa. Well, that's...
Once popular post-grunge group Sponge have also been added. That's the thing also here, dude, is this is broke people, right? Like, these are bands that, like, need the money.
Sure.
And that's the other reason why you're not getting, like, a mass cancellation of this thing. You're looking at the names of these bands, and it's like, yeah, they probably could use the cash that this festival is going to do. And that's the thing, really, about like a lot of these entertainers that are going out and doing stuff. If the government had properly taken care of us throughout this thing, then there wouldn't even be... I mean, there obviously, I would still have the desire to perform in front of people. I'm not saying I wouldn't have that. I'm saying that, like, I wouldn't feel like I needed to if I was a stand-up or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
Like, that's the problem with this whole thing, is that, like, the government did nothing to help these, like, stand-ups and these musicians that are, like, on the fringes of the music industry, you know, the musicians that are making, like, a middle-class living off of doing, you know, fucking 300 dates a year on the road.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. So... yeah, local news station WFRV talked to the health department of Marathon County where the event is scheduled to take place, and they said that they were not aware of the event. The health department discourages individuals from attending mass gatherings because of the risk of spreading COVID-19, they wrote in a statement. If people choose to attend any large public event, we encourage them to wear cloth face masks, wash hands, or use hand sanitizer and practice social distancing. The health department does not have the authority to prohibit community events. It sounds like, I mean, they could, you know what they could do to stop this from happening?
What's that?
I just came up with an idea. Send the police there with all their tear gas and shit.
That would get a crowd.
That would. I just don't, like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess for me, it's like, it's probably dudes being funny. Like, dudes with tattoos and, like, shirts that talk about how sarcastic they are. We're just trying to be silly goofs, you know, and put on a show, and they became the news for a whole day almost. Like, so many people were talking about it. And then what ended up happening more than anything was that they fucking ended up getting a bunch of band shit on in the press, because the like most of the coverage was like, could you imagine doing this to see Boba Flex?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Where it was like all these people saying this music isn't even worth dying to go see.
Right. This is not going to get me out of the house. I'm not going to get COVID over this.
No. I don't think I would be willing to get COVID for this one, and I'm probably the leading nu metal fan in the world, you know?
Yeah.
There's just nobody there.
Drive-in movie I'm kind of sketchy about, but have given thought to. Standing with... I mean, I guess the protests have been slightly okay.
They haven't... None of the protests have made a bump in cases.
But standing outside at a herd immunity, yeah, that's not the best situation.
Right. Yeah, going to a festival like that, even going to the drive-in, to me, is kind of, I'm not into it, because people just aren't wearing masks.
Yeah, they don't
it's just nobody. Nobody. I'm the fucking only person wearing a mask anymore. I'm the last person out in public with a mask on these days.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You're a freedom fighter.
No, I'm a non-freedom fighter.
Oh, that's true.
People
That's
without
true.
the mask.
I'm
a fucking sheeple. Everybody else is a freedom fighter. You know?
That's true.
I mean, you go to the gas station and there were, I mean, even when I go get food, if I go do takeout, the people behind the counter are wearing their masks around their chins. And you're like, God damn, dude, you're making the food. Could you, like, put the mask on your face? It's gross. Shit.
UDF, the cashiers at UDF are wearing it as like a necklace.
Yeah. You see the guy on the airplane with the MAGA hat on that was wearing a face mask over his eyes so he can sleep?
Yes, I saw that.
What a fucking chud, man.
Yeah.
That's just those guys, man. Those guys have started it. You see the article from the Washington Post that was like an editorial, like, what we need to do is get men to believe that wearing a mask is manly.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, it's not. But, like, it's, like, not manly?
Yeah.
Like, if I was going in the macho, like, I'm a macho bullshit guy. I'm a toxic masculinity guy, and I don't think it's not manly to wear a mask. I don't feel that way.
And they've been making skull face masks for years now.
I know.
Like, every loser with an Amazon Prime account can get a ghost alien mask to them for $14.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking... This idea that it's not manly is purely conservative.
Yeah, I guess they are. Yeah, they're putting a little bit of extra thought into it, and I just they've come up with like what I don't know. Do they think it not exist, or do they think it doesn't matter when you get it? Is that when it doesn't matter when you get it, right? Isn't that what it is? No, I keep saying I'm trying to think of what I've seen recently. The meme I saw recently was like 99. COVID has a 99.5 survival rate, and I'm like, I mean, not in some places.
Yes.
But that's their big sticking point right now. The hoax people were also going off in Florida, like we talked about.
But why get it?
Huh?
Like, that's the fucking thing with me. It's like, they're like, it has a survival rate of 99.5%,
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, I mean, you know, a 0.5% chance of death is still like a chance.
Yeah.
You know? What's the point? Why get it?
There's enough people dying from it that I think that's a stupid conversation to have.
The QE and Z Expo Center, to be fair, on Facebook posted, for the record, the venue's land can accommodate up to 10,000 occupancy. This is an outdoor event for 3 days. We are only selling 20% of that, so anyone that has the choice and ability to social distance. The festival is also not called Herd Immunity, and the name no longer tied to any of our social media or promotion. Yeah, the thing is, they're not even... And that's the other thing about letting this concert go on. They're not even going to sell that 20%. This is just not going to sell any tickets.
They're trying to sell 2,000?
Yeah. Do you remember when we did the Canna Carnival, and we were like, there's no way somebody would put on a show with this many people where less than 100 people would show up to it?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then we got...
Yeah, 100 people showed up.
And this is the type of thing where, like, it's probably going to be sparsely attended. It's probably going to be all chuds. You know, you got to imagine that, like, even, like, most metal fans are like, I don't think I want to get coronavirus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a bunch of people that want to prove a point that are going to be there. I guess it is a risk because we're all in this together, right?
Yes.
Like, we have to deal with this. We're all in this together. But to me, it's just like, I just would stay away from the people that go to it.
Yeah. Just make sure you ask all of your rock and roll friends if they went to Herd Immunity Fest.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, too.
That's
like
fun.
Somebody said, it's like not like really in a populated part of Wisconsin. It's just like the whole thing is just like they're just doing something to be like. Well, they're doing the show that they said they were going to do so that they don't lose the money on the show, but they're still going to lose the money on the show.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to make their money at all on this. Yeah. I don't know why it's booked. I would love to hear the history of this booking more than anything. Like, I would love to talk to the person that put the Herd Immunity Festival together.
Behind it, you want the Herd Immunity Fest doc now.
Yeah, because I want to talk. I would love to hear the guy explain the name change, when this thing got started, why they're doing it, you know.
Right.
But the name change really was just a piece of promotion, you know. Freaky heavy metal guys love that kind of shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, that is Herd Immunity Festival, not the WWE Raw, which is a different kind of herd immunity festival, where all their wrestlers have COVID-19, and, very sad story over there. Over 30, Brett. They have said over 30 wrestlers have COVID-19.
That is not good.
It's really bad.
Yeah, because there are some compromised people, and
they're also stupid.
WWE is not like... It's not like a local Columbus promotion. It's not like it's a dozen families here. It's like an international group of people.
I know. I want to tell. I'll tell you this. So they hadn't tested anybody ever up until what happened was, okay, last Monday, somebody was like, I got coronavirus. I got tested on my own. I got it.
Okay.
So then they were like, we got to test everybody, right? They test everybody, and they're like, I do not like these results. So they call everybody back, and they test them all again.
Really?
I swear to you, dude. They said, we don't like these results.
Too many false positives.
No, yeah. Apparently, yeah. They thought, like, maybe if we do it again, there will be some negatives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Maybe someone's almost done with it. We can kick them off the roll.
yeah, so they did it again, and still, a
Yeah.
very high number. So an email comes out later in the week that somebody sent to one of the wrestling news sites, and it was really fascinating because it was like they were like, so what precautions are being taken here, which you would expect, right? This is a company that can afford to do anything. Like anything, right?
Yeah.
They could sanitize this place like crazy. They could they could test people. They could get all different sorts of tests. They could do the rapid test and then do the longer, more accurate tests. They could do all kinds of things, right? And they're having guys wrestle with each other and touch each other and roll around with each other and shit. So it's like it's a good idea to make sure as best you
spending
can.
all the money on testing.
Yeah, and like
tracing.
And again, they're not losing this. The amount of money they make is not. It's not going to kill them to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. So what their actual preventative measures were: temperature check, which is theater at this point. Like nobody thinks that does anything. You know what I mean? And then a questionnaire that each guy filled out.
Great.
And it asked you. Have you been in any situations where you think you could have contracted COVID-19, such as a bar, theme park, or anything like that? And they know that the guys are gonna lie. There, like, who doesn't think the guys are gonna lie on that?
It's this. I mean, that's what all. I mean, that's the horrible part. It's the same thing with their herd immunity. Is they're just like, until they tell us we can't do it, we're gonna do it. You know? Unless we have like doctors saying no, we're just not going to ask a doctor, until we're just going to not, we're going to not volunteer any information.
We don't have medical personnel on staff.
Right.
So we're not like going to do anything about this. You know what I mean? Like the WWE, I think is even worse in that like they do have medical personnel on staff. And I'm fairly certain, those doctors that work for them have probably expressed concerns, but the guys that run the fucking thing probably don't believe in coronavirus. My guess is that Vince McMahon does not believe in coronavirus.
Yeah.
I mean, wrestlers think everything's a work. You know what I mean? They think everything's fake except for like aliens and stuff like that. They're very much like flat earther energy where they think like the Super Bowl's fake.
Right.
But that like aliens have come to the planet and that's how we got iPhones is real. Like that's like the mindset of pro wrestling.
Average wrestler.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just the handling of this has been something else, and just to watch it keep spiraling, to watch us just keep fucking running towards the finish line of like. It really does feel like, and this isn't just to take a thing from, the metal festival, but I think it feels like they've decided that they're going to do herd immunity. Like that's just, they don't care how many people it kills, they're going to do herd immunity.
I think a lot of people heard that. I mean, I think that in the early days, they were like, well, either we get to the virus or we get to herd immunity, and they're like, oh, let's just go for herd immunity.
Yeah, and then,
I'm sorry, we get a vaccine. I think I said virus.
Yeah, and then the care people like us were like, let's not. We don't want to kill like a million or a few million people. Let's not do that. And then they were just like, well, okay, fine. We'll take some steps, was their idea. They're like, we'll take some steps, but not enough, not nearly enough, Sitting in Ohio and record days, I think at least Friday of last week was a record day where where there was 1,000 new cases. There was one county in Ohio that had 0 new cases. 0 cases. They'd gotten past it, dude. Belmont, Ohio. They'd gotten past it, okay?
Okay.
These 17 high school seniors went to Myrtle Beach and came back, and every single one of them had it. And they just created an outbreak in this place that actually got rid of it for real. Like, got rid of the whole thing out of the county.
Yeah, well, you're just trying to stop those kids' freedoms, They have the freedom to go be free in Myrtle Beach, right?
My brother just got back from Oak Island, which is like not even a tourist place, really. I mean, it's sort of touristy, but it's like...
It's in the touristy part of the country.
It is, but there's like nothing there. You know what I mean? There's like a few seafood restaurants and like a beach shop, but there's like nothing... There's like almost nothing there, right? And he goes there.
There's no place called like Krabby Dicks or anything?
There are like Krabby Dicks and stuff like that, of course. But there's not like... There's not like ATV rides.
Okay.
And like crab fishing and like renting jet skis and like stuff like that. It's more of a laid back trip. Probably that locals go on.
Okay.
Like people in North Carolina, South Carolina, they probably go to Oak Island because it's like a hidden treasure. You know what I mean?
And they have a really good Krabby Dicks down there.
And they have a great Krabby Dicks down there. So anyway, they go there and, you know, they had no big grand plans about their vacation because they were like, you know, it's COVID time.
Yeah.
You know, we're either going to sit on the beach or we're going to sit in the house. We're not doing anything, right? Was their idea. They were like, we get there and they're like, we're going to assess the situation. We're going to see how seriously South Carolina's taking coronavirus. And they went to Walmart to get the groceries for the first part of the trip. And they're like, we're just going to have to get all the groceries for the trip and not go out anymore.
Yeah.
They were just like, we can't. Nobody here cares.
So they just went and stayed inside of a house in a different area?
Well, they went outside. You know what I mean? You go to the beach and
Okay.
sit like kind of far away from, but they were just like, you know, people were like reaching over you in the aisles and stuff, no masks on, just breathing on you and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
And
freedom, let freedom ring.
For me, it's like, am I going to be weirded out by that forever? Because I don't like people getting close to me now. And I feel like I know that that's still a good inclination, but I worry that like in 10 years, I'm going to be like somebody leans over me. Because like you already have to admit that when you watch something, I watched a documentary on K-pop yesterday and they showed a concert and they were showing the streets of Seoul, South Korea and stuff. And just... I was fucking crazy watching it. Like, I was just like, what are all these fucking people doing? Like, all together. Hanging out. Like, what are all these people sitting so close to each other for? Fucking spitting in each other. Because now it's like, and you did this to me more than anybody. It's like, I just picture just spit everywhere now. Because every time we do a show now, you're like, I ain't going there, having people spit all over me. And I'm like, great. Now, everywhere I see people, I just... Like, basically, I assume there's, like, a 5-foot spit bubble all the way around them that, like, I don't even want to be near, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Breathing and spitting on you.
Aerosols.
And I was never like this, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I eat off the ground, dude.
I think it'll change. Yeah, I mean, there was shows from last year where you wanted to take a bath in other people's bath water.
I would hold a fucking chicken wing... Like a chicken wing, the leg one, I would hold one with my foot and eat it.
Oof. Like after you've been out
10,
all day?
After I've been out walking and stuff. Barefoot. Well, I would never walk barefoot. We know that's a lie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well,
we can get some calls now that I've gross. I'm not a gross guy anymore. It's over.
You're not.
Dude. I even grabbed the door with my shirt now. Like a freak.
Yeah.
And I know every time I grab a door, I hand sanitize. I don't even have to grab the door with my shirt. I just still do it.
It's like all the time.
Yeah,
now.
I still do it with my shirt, and then I walk out and hand sanitize. And it's like, well, you didn't have to show everybody your fucking gut there.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees my gut now if I walk into a place, because I put the hand under the shirt, and then I grab, and then my whole gut sticks out. And it's like,
you should figure out how to like hook it or grab it with your belly button.
I'm gonna get that stupid
grab
key.
it with your belly
Have you
button.
seen that key? It's they
yeah.
call it like the key to the city. Have you seen that, Jason? Yeah, it's like a hook, and you can just like hook a door and pull it, or like, you know,
anywhere you go.
Yeah.
I ain't touching shit.
It's the key to the city. It's only fucking like 5 inches long, so it doesn't like. If there's something on that door, it's getting on your hand, probably.
Yeah, I can see that being the case.
But I mean, how could you carry something like that with you if it was really long? And also, you would look like a rube if you bought one.
Yeah, I just practice with my elbows, like just open shit like that.
I hit the button with my elbows. The press this button to walk button with my elbows. I wish what I need to learn would be really good to learn is typing in my PIN number with my elbows.
Oh yeah.
Because that sucks. I'm like, why are we still...
What about if you got a box of those like finger condoms?
What if they put your head in a little box, right? Like if there was a helmet-sized box,
I've seen
right?
some of that.
And it was soundproof all around your face, and you just said... it was like a disposable soundproof helmet head, and you said the numbers out loud, and then you popped off, you walked away, you throw the helmet in the trash, and a new helmet comes out around for the next person's face. Then you're just saying it. You're not having to type anything.
And then
That's something I came up with.
how often are they going to pick up ATM helmets? Like what's the disposal rate on ATM helmets going to be like?
Well, it's
A couple
not
hundred a day.
It's not invented yet, but I would say, yeah, you're probably going to need. So what you would do though is you know how when you go to the movies, right? And you go to see the 3D movie,
Yeah.
you get the glasses, you wear them, you walk out, you throw the glasses in the little box,
And then they
right?
redo them. Got it.
You throw the helmet in a little box when you're done. This is a helmet that covers everything too. You stick in your head in, it covers your whole face so nobody can hear you. And you can just say your PIN number instead of typing it in.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, get this on Shark Tanks.
I think it's a good idea, really. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just, I'm throwing ideas at the wall. Like, that's on my idea board. I'm sure I can find something else. Maybe some sort of thing where you like, I just think if you could say your PIN number out loud instead of typing it,
What
like
if
you do
just, like,
Siri. Because I've
Bluetooth
learned,
with your phone or something.
I've learned Siri, right? I
you
use
speak
Siri. now.
Siri?
Oh, God.
Fluently speak Siri?
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, Siri, all the time now and just ask her to do stuff. for
Wow.
me. I've started that now.
You have
yeah.
a digital assistant.
So yeah, and the other day I was in the car and it said we updated your contacts so that you can use voice recognition. Press 1 for okay, and I just said okay out loud. And I was like, it didn't go away, and I got annoyed with it. And it's like, well, that's because this isn't like a smart voice recognition car. You gotta press a button.
Oh, yeah.
to get it to listen to you. So now I'm just talking to screens. So I think all my solutions for coronavirus now are gonna be just talking to.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what if we could just talk this?
You're going to be doing, next year, you're going to be doing sales seminars for new voice products.
What about
Like,
this?
voice is blowing up the industry for germophobes
Exactly.
like me.
Voice is blowing up the industry because I thought of something else just now as you were talking about that. You want to hear what I thought of just now?
Is it disposable helmets again?
It does have a disposable helmet.
More
involved.
helmets. Okay. When was the last time you wore a helmet?
Oh, I never.
Okay.
But I mean, what if instead of the movie theater, helmet?
yeah.
Right?
They have that, I think.
Yeah?
They have, the Google and like the VR glasses
Yeah.
exist.
Helmet.
You can
Whole
do that,
thing, though. Nobody even, you don't have to like,
but you pay to go put on
so this is how we'll
What
keep
if
the
Trump-
theaters in business, which I generally don't care about. I don't care about theaters, okay? But if we have to keep the theater in business to get new movies, you go to the theater and pick up the helmet. You go to the theater, you're like, I'll have 3 for Trolls World Tour, and they hand you 3 Trolls World Tour helmets. That even offers branding ideas where you can put the hair
as a
on the
Poppy's
Trolls
hair.
one,
Yeah,
or
Branch's
like,
hair.
yeah. I'm
Or
really
like the
into helmets.
minion goggles on the top.
I'm into this helmets idea. I've come up with this. This solves all the spit, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Helmets.
yeah, just for different.
Manly. Helmets are manly.
Aren't-
Like if they have a face covering, they are. Like if
for
you
like
put a
dirt
helmet
biking?
with a face, yeah, because this is all going to be covering your whole face. That's why the helmets make sense, because you're not breathing out. You're just hitting like right here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like men also, I think, prefer helmets. Like Iron Man wears a helmet.
Helmets to masks.
Yeah,
you're saying?
men don't want to wear masks, but I bet you if you gave them a helmet, they would be like, all right.
So you're saying we have to find all these guys that are throwing tantrums, and we have to put a helmet on them that, like, when you push a button on it, a face mask goes across it, and they're like, "Whoa, that's cool!"
Yeah, I think so.
Like an Optimus Prime face mask.
For the listeners that are wondering, I have recently invested in a company that makes helmets.
Yeah, I don't know where this all comes from.
Wouldn't it be funny if I just came in here, had a bunch of new inventions that had to do with helmets because I invested?
No, that's what actually just happened. Yeah. That was the last few minutes.
I know.
You came up with two great new helmets that we don't have.
And do you understand this too? Brett just said two great ones. He didn't want to say that, but they're such good ideas that it's hard to turn down a good helmet idea. Really.
Yeah, especially if,
helmets save lives.
Especially when you have to drive to a movie theater to go pick it up from AMC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just keep it that.
Like, hey, can I also pay $9 for some popcorn as well while I'm here? I know I don't watch movies here anymore, but you have to be kept in business.
That's why there's no movies.
It is, you're right. They're the mafia. We have to pay, like, if we want movies, it's going to cost us.
We have to pay their protection now. In order to get movies, we have to go to the fucking movies. And nobody wants to go to the movies, so nobody wants to release movies, right? Like, it's a whole thing. New movies.
Yeah, movies are fucked up. We need to have a real change and shake up in that industry.
Trump should
I like watching movies on big screens, but even the places that do it, like, can't do what they want. There's no freedom with your big screen, you know?
Yeah. If it was a helmet, it would feel like the biggest screen because your head would be just
right.
That's all you can see.
Yeah, it would feel like you're just in outer space watching a movie.
Yeah, I mean, wherever really romantic comedy.
Yeah, okay,
like an office building with sassy workers with you.
That's and you're just I don't know, just in it.
Yeah, bunch of helmet
in the
ideas.
movies.
More helmet ideas.
Helmets.
If you want to call in and give us a helmet idea, I'd be very...
Yeah, more helmets will work. I'm sure there'll be music helmets too. There's actually one of those silent DJ battles that's happening soon.
What's that? They're
gonna have like 4 different DJs playing in a room, 2 sets of headphones, and you kind of vote with who you're feeling with, like who you tune into.
I don't understand that at all.
Like imagine there's people DJing silent. Okay. It's silently. It's only going to headphones. Okay. When you put on the headphones, it's poof, 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 poof. It's loud. But there's someone across there, and you notice the people that are listening to their headphones, their shit is like going way crazier. So then you take your those headphones off, and you go get other headphones.
That's not
it's also a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah, not right now.
You should have all of the headphones should be disposable, right?
That's like, a real thing now.
Yeah, I saw the ad for that. It made no sense to me. I'm gonna have to look it up.
It's because there's gonna be a DJ where like nobody's watching it.
Yeah, that's how you shun people and tell them to get out of the scene.
They're not like good enough.
Yeah, fuck them.
I guess. I mean, I'm with you there.
All right, you want to jump on these phones?
Yeah. How's your drink, dude?
Yeah, I did want to bring it up. Brian got taken by an Instagram ad. Brian was investing in non-alcoholic drinks, right?
Well, I saw them, and then it said they said like anything that it does whatever makes you feel good. So I was like, oh, interesting. So I bought them, knowing they wouldn't do anything.
This is the Kin Spritz, and it's euphorics for humankind, 8-ounce dietary supplement. Tagline here is the soul of the party. The future of revelry is in our hands, crafted from balancing adaptogens, replenishing nootropics, and nourishing botanics. Kin Spritz sparks conscious connection in social gatherings after dark. That's what we're doing here. Kin invites all to rise into the night and take back our morning afters. All right. So we're not paid to do this, and I'm gonna take a huge swig of it so you can get an idea of what it actually tastes like.
I'll tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like the incense holder after it's burned. It's like if you mix a little water with the incense holder thing. Yeah, it's not because
it's almost Malort, dude. Yeah. It's like it's just as bad as the first time I had Malort.
A lot of people also that say that. I mean,
it's tangy. It's flowery. It's.
I got to imagine that
it's gross.
I got to imagine there's a lot of people that don't drink like me because they don't like the flavor, where that would be a huge turn off there.
Licorice root extract.
That's it.
Bitter orange extract.
Well, you don't need something called bitter in there. Like, that's You know, when you didn't add that.
Ginger, white grape juice,
Ugh.
gentian root. Come on. Not the gentian root. That ain't for drinking. That's for something else.
It's shit. Does it get,
So this
is
is
that for getting your dick
yeah, I
hard,
haven't been-
injection route?
I have not. I haven't had any alcohol, just Kin. So we'll see.
Yeah, I drank one and it tasted like shit, so I didn't want to drink another one. But I also took two pills, 2 Klonopins, and also I ate 20 milligrams of weed. So I was like, I wonder which thing's doing what here, you know?
Yeah, I would say that if you slug the can all at once, like the extreme coughing kind of replicates like hitting a bong in that, like it gives you that stars in your eyes feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say that is a bonus. Wretched taste.
$13 a can.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I
13
told you
a
that.
can?
$13 a can.
I thought really?
Yeah.
That's criminal.
Wait a minute. No, I'm wrong. Hold on.
Yeah, I thought
Let
it
me
was
get
closer to like 6 or 7.
Hold on. It's $32
Okay.
divided by 4. It was
That's
$8.
$8,
It was
yeah.
$8 a can. There's 6 ounces.
That is more expensive than like a damn good beer.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is.
It has botanics. It has adaptogens. I get it. I think I can feel the adaptogens.
Yeah, you can.
They're just like the wrinkles in my brain are starting to get like tighter. I can just feel my whole brain like dumping all of this bad toxic information like right down to my intestines.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Off this
right?
drink. All right, let's see who's on the phone. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, fellas, it's Brian up in Boston.
What's up, Brian? How you doing today?
Hanging in there. I didn't call to litigate the Brian IY issue for the 3rd time. We'll just let that one pass. Anyway, there's a group here in Boston called Super Happy Fun America.
Oh, wait,
Basically a front for...
I think I know.
Yeah. So these are the guys who did the Straight Pride Parade last year. They're just, fashy, right-wing, white supremacist chuds, basically. So they had what they called yesterday, like the rally to restore sanity or something, like playing off the Jon Stewart Colbert thing.
Well, I'm sure Stewart's proud of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And anyway, so they met in front of the State House, which is across the street from the Boston Common, which is just a big-ass park in Boston. And so we made sure to show up. And at every one of their rallies that they've had in the past, they've been grossly outnumbered by counter-protesters. And that held true for this time as well. There were, I don't know, maybe 3-4 dozen of them and several hundred of us across the street.
Oh, I love that.
They had Blue Lives Matter flags, Trump flags. There's a guy with...
They can't... Well,
a 3...
never mind. I was going to say they can't really like the cops. But then I thought about it. It's like, well, when the cops defend you, you probably do feel like, hey, we're good buddies.
Yeah,
here.
this makes me think of a funny tweet that I saw a while back that said, this moment is really challenging for libertarians because they're having to grapple with their contradictory opinions that all government is bad and also being extremely racist, so being in favor of the cops.
Yeah, I mean...
But anyway, yeah, no, the cops were there. They protected them. The 3%er flag. There were actual Nazis there. They had a Black Sun flag, which is an old SS emblem that's been adopted by neo-Nazis. One of the guys with that group had a swastika tattoo. Another guy had an SS belt. And the people from the organizing group said they asked the self-proclaimed Nazis to leave, but they didn't. But they didn't try really hard because they stayed around. It's one of those weird how your organization that you say doesn't support white supremacy attracts white supremacists.
Yeah, that's
anyway.
been for the longest time.
Yeah.
They won't accept that.
Yeah. So they had a big PA system, but we couldn't hear what they were saying. because we were louder than they were with their big PA system.
Oh, really? How many people were out there for them?
There were probably, there were less than 50 of them.
Oh, really?
And and for us, there were several hundred. And no, it was actually fairly tame as far as these things go, because there weren't any arrests that I know of. There was one scuffle. I didn't see exactly what happened, but I just saw someone on their side beating someone up, and I assume it was one of our people, but I don't know exactly what happened. Anyway, after that happened, the cops moved in between us. We were standing on opposite sides of the street. The cops put on their helmets, moved in between us. Then after a couple of hours, they decided they were going to march through the park and asked the cops to follow them to protect them. And the cops said, "No, you're on your own."
Oh, really?
So they chickened out and went home. Yeah. They chickened out and went home, and we kept marching. We marched to the city hall, and a bunch of people spoke. It was awesome.
That is amazing.
Yeah, they got shut down pretty effectively.
Holy shit. Well, that is good news. I get that. I'm glad to hear that. I did see some of the tweets, but I didn't get to follow along the whole story. I'm glad you called in and let us know what happened.
Yeah, it was. It was cops with billy clubs and helmets, but no tear gas, no arrests, no anything like that.
Were they sturdy helmets that could be repurposed for other things? Yeah, I hope so. Yeah,
we didn't get to find out. Nobody tried to crack one. So
we have a lot of helmets we're gonna have to reuse. So I guess Brian might be on to something. We're gonna have to take those helmets away from them eventually.
Yeah.
I need these helmets. I need this for my helmet infrastructure program. Helmet based.
But I thought of both of you guys during this because I walked from where I live in Somerville into Boston, which is an hour walk each way. And that was enough to wear me out. My legs and feet are still tired. And I was like, that's like 1% of what Brian does every day.
My shit right now is it's numbers that will make people sick. My 7-day average is 46,050 steps. That's 7-day average.
Jesus.
My 30-day average is 41,000. So, even the further I'm at 30 days at 41K, and my 6 month is 30. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm down 35 pounds. So,
all right.
Yes, I don't want to work out. And yes, this is the path of least resistance.
You spend 6 hours not working out for 30 minutes.
But I do get
or
so
60
much.
minutes.
I get so much done, right?
No,
look at the TV scripts.
There are great men of history that have done exactly the same thing that you do.
Yeah, you just gotta like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking of.
You just gotta walk, man. You know. But yeah, I understand. It's like I was telling my wife the other day. It's like she got like 22,000, and she was like, "Oh, I'm really proud of this. I know you think it's bullshit." And I'm like, "Dude, it took me until like a year ago to get to the point where I could do 50,000 steps in a day and not really care and like go on with the rest of what's left of my day."
Well, it's really weird the way that we're all like just set up not to do it, or it feels like a pain. I live a mile from some good friend of ours, and it's a 15-minute walk, maybe 20 minutes with kids. But you get like 7 minutes in and it feels hopeless. Like there's like you left your anchor behind and you're just floating in between two directions where it's going to take 10 minutes of walking. And it's like, it's not hell at all. And it's way better than just driving your ass over there and plopping on the couch and like charging your phone or whatever.
Hey, look, I know people that drive crazy distances. Like not long.
Crazy short distances.
Like way less than a quarter mile. To drive their car somewhere, park, get out, and do the thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like for me, the walking, it's like it's a thing where I can do my job while I'm doing it, and like it's not sitting, which is like I'm like going on vacation. So there's two new things this year about me. Number one, I'm going by 9:30 Brian because I like to wake up at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay, I love the new nickname.
The new name is 9:30 Brian.
I'm gonna get you some jewelry that says that.
Oh man, a big gold necklace that says 9:30. It's
9:30 a.m.
It's a clock. Oh, 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m. Yeah.
So but it's gonna change though. When me and you,
Well,
I explained this to my wife. Now that we're not on the road, I'm 9:30 Brian. After the first tour, I'm 4 a.m. Brian again. But
Okay.
But like it's right now, I'm 9:30 in the morning because like I just. So I'm getting it done earlier, and I'm not like missing time with my family or anything either. So that's why the big, huge numbers now.
Yeah.
And We Are Right TV show, and
No, I mean it works.
I gotta get that down.
Yeah, and I think you spoil it when you start saying there's these many rules around it. You know, you just got to go with what works.
There's not really any rules, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I have
all
roots.
the time.
I have roots that I walk.
Yeah.
You know. All right,
right.
let's get another call.
Caller, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, buddy.
Brian.
Later.
Super happy.
Brian was taking a leak during that, so he came in.
I had to pee, man.
You're allowed.
I know.
I'm going to do it too.
Your bathroom break every now and then, you know?
All right.
Right.
You want to talk to people on the phone?
Yeah, answer it.
See who's on the phone. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, it's Lucian.
What's up? How's it going?
Lucian, how's it going? How you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I'm back home. I'm no longer in Massachusetts, which is good. We actually came home early. I was able to get everything, like my follow-up and all that, done early because I have some magical werewolf-type healing powers, it seems.
Excellent.
But I know I've posted a lot in the group, but I wanted to call in and let everybody know, like, everything went well and thank everybody again and all that.
Awesome.
That's great. So you had to do it I didn't know you were doing it in Massachusetts, or, you know, as Rush Limbaugh called it, Taxachusetts. So...
Yeah. It was actually the surgeon I went to was actually about only an hour from where I used to live in Massachusetts, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah. So how was the healing stuff? And like, you know, is there any words of like encouragement for other people who might be looking to go, you know, get top surgery or any surgery, really?
So I was really nervous about the anesthesia, if anyone remembers from my last call. And I let the doctors know that. And I think what they did to help with my anxiety is they didn't give me a countdown. I was just out.
Tight.
I love it.
Like,
That's cool. They just hit you on the back of the head with a lead pipe.
Lucian, they gave me the countdown because I said it wasn't going to do nothing to me.
Oh, really?
So they wanted to show me, like,
Right.
watch this motherfucker. And,
Yeah.
you know, you don't get down to 1 and you're like, you're at 4.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you're up and they're like, it got you, didn't it, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Like, I was talking shit when I got
like,
in.
They wheeled me in, and then next thing I know, I'm waking up after being while being wheeled out. Like I don't. As far as I know, they did not give me a countdown. Like, all right, now we're gonna do it. It was just like, all right, and I'm gone.
That's
Yeah, it
bonkers.
rules. I love that stuff. I just
I'll
wish
consider
you could,
it.
I wish you could go and get it. Like maybe not all the time, but like every twice, like my medical marijuana card. You know?
You have
Like once a month, I can go get fucking put out.
one day a month. Yeah, you get a credit for a day.
Yeah.
And they just shoot you up and you're gone for a few hours. You come back.
Oh, God, how great would that be?
I would love that right now because the hardest part is I have to sleep on my back, and I am not a back sleeper, and that is, I think, honestly, the most painful part of it all is just waking up and feeling like every muscle has just been like destroyed. So I would love that right now, just fucking sleep.
Yeah, that's like sleeping with a healed tattoo. Like I got some on my forearms, and I sleep with my forearm tucked in a certain way, and I would like lay it all out and be like, "Okay, Brett, go to bed and don't move that forearm." And I would just wake up, and the whole fucking tattoo is stuck to my body, like stuck to my insides. Yeah. There's just no way. There's no way to fix your sleeping habits.
No, I have to like barricade myself with pillows so I don't feel tempted to roll over.
Yeah, it's tough.
So, but you're
the whole
doing it.
process is-
Go ahead. That's what we wanted to hear. How was the process, and is there advice or like anything that people should be encouraged or worry about or not worry about?
Everything was a lot easier than I was expecting. Pain-wise, surprisingly, as I said, not a lot of pain. Like sleeping on my back's more painful, which you would think having your chest completely reconstructed would be more painful. But it's not, at least for me. I know some people don't have super high pain tolerances, but they give you a good chunk of painkillers, and then you just do nothing for a while. I think that the part that also sucks is like I can't lift my arms more than a 90-degree angle for like another 2 weeks, so a full month.
Yeah.
So I just kind of feel very useless. I can't do anything. I'm 5'1". I can't reach anything.
Right.
So I have to have my wife literally before I wake up from work. I have to tell her at night, "Can you get me a teacup down so I can make tea?"
How long is that going to be? How long are you like until you can like really get back to the normal stuff?
Another 2 to 4 weeks.
Ooh.
So a total of 4 to 6. Yeah.
I mean, I admire you for doing it, Lucian, because I got to tell you, I had a broken wrist. And only one wrist. I could use every single other part of my body. It was just one wrist. And it was 4 to 6 weeks, and I was a baby about it the entire time. I fussed and whined about it.
It just sucks because, like, you feel like you can't really do anything, and I want to help out, but, like, I can't. Like, we helped a friend move a desk yesterday, and I was just, like, standing there like a little cheerleader, like, I can't do it. I can't help. I can't. It's just that feeling of, like, almost uselessness just really sucks.
Yeah, well, that's temporary. You might as well do it while you can.
I think the cat knows I can't pick her up because I can't also lift anything more than 10 pounds, and the cat's 11 pounds.
Yeah.
And I think she knows I can't pick her up because she's decided she wants to climb on everything she's never had an interest in before.
Yeah, my daughter, whenever my back hurts the most is when she starts riding me, and she's like, you never jump on the trampoline with me anymore. And I'm like, I really cannot jump on the trampoline with this horrible backache. But, know how to make you feel guilty.
Oh, yeah. Like, they know.
Yep.
They know when they can get away with it. And you're like...
Well, Lucian, it's good to hear from you. It's good to hear you're doing well and that the surgery went well. And obviously, keep us posted. Let us know when you're all the way healed up. And it's really good to talk to you. And I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, I'll definitely probably make a big post like, hey, look, everybody, I can wear normal shirts again.
Yeah, tank tops. Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah, I don't wear tank tops.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I literally just bought a MCR tank top to be like, I can wear this now.
Perfect.
Without having to wear it.
Well, have a good night, Lucian. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, peace.
You too.
Let's get
Bye.
let's just go right into the next one.
Up.
And
rocking in.
We're gonna pull through here. We're gonna get these. We're gonna get a few done before we go to break.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Perfectly.
Yes.
Hey, it's Alex. How y'all guys doing tonight?
We're doing pretty good. I'm sweating quite a bit, but it's hot in here. But that's it. What's up?
So I have a pretty quick, funny little story. I'm trying to buy a house right now, and because I'm a realtor, I can just go look at any place I want by myself, which is very convenient. And I'm in Columbus with you guys. Today I went to look at a house, and it was a pretty, nice-sized ranch with a small-sized basement that just seemed wrong, and it just seemed too small for the house. And there was, a big wooden wall, and there were two doors, and one of the doors was locked, and the other door had a shelf in front of it. And so my curiosity got the best of me, and I like moved the shelf out of the way. I pushed the other door open, and they had on the other side they had put like a wooden bar in front of the door, like a movable one, but it was like heavy, like a workbench.
Yeah.
So, I pushed it all out of the way. I got in. It was fully dark back there and had a bunch of shit in storage. But I found, like, one halogen grow light. And when I say found, I mean, like, looking around. I wasn't digging through their shit. But just, like, looking, I was like, interesting. And as I just walked through the rest of the basement, I went to where the crawl space is. Those areas you can't go into with all the stones and shit in a basement.
Yeah.
And there was, like, a light coming out. And there was like a little side door to a hidden room that was like a 10 by 5 by 8 room that had like 4 huge grow lights and like tents and like fans and shit in it. And I just found these people's like secret grow op at the house they had listed. Seemed very street fight. I wanted to call and share.
Yeah. Well, I bet someone's going to call and say that some realtor just went through all their shit later tonight.
Hey, listen, if you're gonna put your house up for listing, just take your lights out. Don't have them there.
True. Yeah.
I just went. Listen, it was an open door. It just had a thing in front of it.
You do.
I wanted to see the other side of the basement. To be fair,
I get it.
I mean, we had the same thing happen at an Airbnb.
What?
When we were on the Hellfire tour.
They had a grow up at an Airbnb.
Not a grow op. It was just a really weird house with a lot of locked doors and stuff. And people, it got the best of everybody, and they had to go see what was going on. You don't remember that?
Oh yeah.
In Jacksonville, Florida.
Uh-huh.
And that weird house that had birds in it.
Uh-huh.
That were like sort of hidden. And then, like, people were just like, what is this place? And they weren't, like, digging through stuff, but they were like, what's behind these doors? And decided to see.
Well, there was
were
a
they
grow
like
up?
living birds?
Not a grow up. I'm saying that, like, it's just, we had a bunch of locked doors. And people wanted to check. Yes, the birds were living. It was very fucking weird that they had
live birds at the Airbnb. It was awful.
It was one of the worst.
Yeah, so, did they say anything about live birds in the house in the rental? Because that's like a big downer if you don't know about it.
I don't think I'm sure they didn't say there's live birds in the house because I think Brett would have rented it.
That's funny.
When I was living at my old place, there was the person that I was renting it from sold it or was selling it. So we had people that would come view the house. And they would go into the basement where the old Street Fight studio was, and there would be like 100 beer cans and bottles of alcohol and multiple bongs and like weed in big jars. And like,
hell yeah.
I would just be like, it's just one of those things where you just are going to make like, I just say like, it's a little messy down there. And then they're like,
That reminds me. So I've worked as a property manager before through my company, and I was showing a house for rent, and we were going through the basement, and it had like a huge built-in shelf, and there was a shelf or a desk or something. I can't remember. And I was like showing this nice couple the house, and I opened up it's like a door that opened up on the desk, if that makes sense, like not outward but upward.
Uh-huh.
And on the inside there was like a ton of writing. And across all of it, in like big graphic letters, somebody wrote like, "Tommy sells the best QPs," and they just started like laughing. I was like, "Oh, I'm glad they're cool with renting a drug dealer's house."
Well, thanks for calling in, Alex.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, pleasure talking to you guys. Have a great night.
Yeah, you too, man. I would have taken some buds with me.
You would have grabbed them? That's
if they were hanging off of there, and you could just walk in there and just pinch,
just
2-3 of them. Yeah, just a pinch.
That's so tough.
Free weed.
And if I didn't have my shit locked up and hidden or alarmed in a way that you could get up there and pinch them, like that's what it is, right?
Yeah, and I would assume that you wouldn't know that they got pinched if it wasn't locked up enough. You know?
Yeah,
I don't know how you get away with it. They always make it sound like if you have the grow lights, then the police are going to come to your house. Yeah,
the power company is going to see your spike and come get your ass.
Yep.
All right, let's jump on this horn.
What's going on the horn?
Thanks for calling Street Fight. You're on the phone tonight. Is it me now?
Is it you? Is it me? Now? Search for things that you can't see. We're
calling
going blind out
to the
of
show.
reach, somewhere in the my soul. We hear you.
Hey, Skeleton. Come back from hell. Don't go into the light.
I think
they're dead.
That's it.
Oh, are you dead?
They're just making like one noise so that we stay on. It's a fucking prank.
What is that?
Oh, hello?
Hello. Ghosty Ghost.
Am I on?
Yeah. All right.
We thought
that worked out.
You passed out there, buddy. We brought you back to life. We had to do the
second.
Heimlich on you, and we had to do some CPR to bring you back to life.
Yeah. I'm like feeling the air in my lungs again. It feels good, man. Thanks for waiting around for me. Sorry about that. This is Sam. I'm calling in from Washington D.C. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great. How are you, Sam?
I'm doing good. Trying to enjoy the last few hours of freedom I have before Monday starts with a fever tomorrow morning. I mean, trying to do my thing. I'm playing Okami, drinking a gimlet, just hanging out. I came earlier from the protest that was outside Jeff Bezos' house in Washington, D.C.
Awesome.
Jeff Bezos has a house in I thought he lived somewhere else.
Yeah, So I think he has houses in a ton of places, but he has one in Washington, D.C. in the Colorama neighborhood. I can tell you the exact address. 2330 S Street, Northwest, in Washington, D.C. It's actually one of the biggest buildings in D.C., and he also managed to buy like the house adjacent, which used to be, I think, the Textile Museum in D.C.
Yeah.
It's kind of a brutal commentary on, public stuff being made private and going to like the worst kind of privately owned hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, how was the action? What was the march like? Was Bezos? Do you think he was there? Or I guess he wouldn't let you know if he was.
Yeah, I have really no idea if he was there, but he didn't come out or anything and talk to anybody.
Coward.
Now, of course, they did put a nice big like model guillotine up right in front of his front door.
Whoa.
So that might have played a role in that.
Is it DC where these two weird people are standing outside of the house with guns? I guess you probably can't have guns in DC like that. You haven't seen this picture yet?
I thought that was in St. Louis, the
Okay.
country club looking people who were like standing, like the old couple standing outside with like an assault rifle, and the lady's got a pistol, and they have like wild looks on their face.
They just look like they're talking.
He's wearing like a pink button-up shirt and a pair of slacks.
He's also no shoes, neither one of them, which is legal and more legal if you have a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought this was the. I thought DC, because when you said Bezos' house, it's like, oh, that must be Bezos' house. I wish people would have ripped them limb from limb, just throwing their fucking arms in the air.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah. So
barefoot is more legal when you have a gun.
It is.
Like it's the most legal.
More.
Who's gonna stop? Who's gonna tell you it's not?
Yeah. I mean, me. I would. Were the police there? I guess that's a good question. Were the police there?
Yeah, the police were blocking off parts of S Street. The marchers had kind of taken the middle of the road, in the block, like between I forget the name of the park that's right up the street from it, but there was a good like half of a city block that the police had blocked off because the protesters had stood there. I don't know if they were there to like keep people from driving through, or probably also to keep an eye on the marchers. But yeah, there were a good amount of people. I mean, not a ton. It's uptown. I didn't see that many people sharing it on social media, so I went to make sure to blast it out. But yeah, a good amount of people. I saw that Jared Holt from the Right Wing Watch was on there. I was there. He posted about it, so got a little bit of coverage, which is always good. But yeah, it wasn't too much. It was pretty small, but still, I mean, good to send a message. A lot of people I talked to there were happy that some of the protests have made their way uptown. In DC, a lot of the protests have been downtown, and the kind of non-residential areas, and a lot of the people who would be interested in going to ones are living uptown. So
Right.
that was a good thing to see.
Yeah, they've been putting pressure on the mayor going to his fucking cul-de-sac, just like he's camping out there. They've been really just hitting him hard recently. And I feel like they hit somebody else up too, but I can't remember now. I don't think this Nootropics are working at all.
No, you're not remembering anything. Yeah. Fuck those Nootropics. Did you guys do the street fight chant? But don't say it. The KJB chant. You should have done that. Obviously, that would have really made the neighborhood happy.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would get it started. I mean, the neighborhood was definitely already pretty peeved. You know, I saw an older couple walk through. I mean, for the people outside of D.C., Kalorama is one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in the city proper. And I did see like an older couple walk by that clearly were like local, taking their daily walk, and they were not thrilled to see a bunch of people wearing all black with a guillotine in front of somebody's house. But, you know, hopefully that leads them to change their minds about where they're at in society.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for them to see that. They need to get used to the future.
Yeah. We're gonna be we're taking them over. We're gonna be taking their homes over, and moving people into them. Like anarchists, filthy Antifa anarchists are gonna live in those houses someday. Yeah. Well, thanks for going out there and threatening Jeff Bezos for us.
Yeah, totally. It's been an honor. And I mean, Brian, I don't know if you recognize my voice based on my shitty connection, but I'm Sam from the Hog Planet podcast.
I just did that.
Dan, what's up?
Yeah, I'll be out there.
Yeah, we're super excited about that episode. It's coming out this week. It was a really good time. Thanks. I wanted to thank you again for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I did Hog Planet podcast, and it comes out this week. So look for that, and subscribe to them. They have me on.
Are you playing the Okami HD remaster on Switch?
Big time. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm doing. I've never played it on any system before, so it was relatively cheap on the store, and I figured I'd give it a spin.
Yeah, I never finished it on PS2, and I think I want to get it to try it out. I'd like to not finish it on the Switch as well, just so I can be completist.
Yeah, maintain that consistency right there.
Yes. All right.
Thanks for calling, Sam.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later.
Peace.
We
gotta take 3 more before break. Ooh. At least 3 more.
Doggy.
Yeah.
Bo.
Okay.
Right?
I like that song.
Everybody loves
anybody.
When that comes on.
Bow.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who the fuck we talking to tonight? Oh, a hanger-upper.
We got hung up
no.
on?
Yeah, somebody freaked out.
It's a funny joke, though. That's like a good prank.
Is it?
Yeah.
They got us? We just
destroyed us.
They just fucking obliterated. We didn't even get to respond.
Yeah. They probably
just wasted our time.
Right before we answered, they said, "Fuck these guys."
We did the bout chicka chicka for them. We were really giving them the best intro they could have got.
Whoa. Oh yeah. Beautiful.
Thanks for going Street Fight. Don't hang the fuck up on us tonight. Who could it be now?
Hello. It's you.
It's you.
Oh man, we are having the worst luck of all time.
Everybody.
Tonight. It's bad luck. Hey, who's this? It's you.
Hey, this is Lonnie from we'll say in East Coast City.
Okay.
Lonnie from
sorry about the delay there. I had a Bluetooth issue.
Oh, no problem.
But I wanted to call to kind of give you maybe a perspective that doesn't call in a whole lot. I actually work as a research person in some Ivy League institution in neuroscience, and wanted to talk a little bit about how people that I work around are handling COVID, because it's not always encouraging.
Really? So it's people that are in an Ivy League school in. I want to open a window really bad.
I'll get it.
It's people. So how people you're in an Ivy League school, and you know you would think in neurosurgery it would be pretty good that they would handle how they would handle COVID. They would be extra careful. So how are they handling it?
So some people are handling it, the way you'd like, but I definitely have had some people down the hall that just don't wear masks and don't really take the precautions that, admittedly are pretty burdensome for kind of coming in and being a quote unquote essential worker.
Right. Are they like are they like people that are I guess my question would be, are these people that are in administration, or are these people that are working to be neuroscientist doesn't mean neurosurgeon. So
it is neuroscience.
Okay.
It's like researchers.
Okay.
These are the people that are like feeding the mice or something like that.
So
most of them have PhDs or they're on the way to it.
Okay.
So these are eggheads.
Yeah.
Are they bean counters as well?
Are there bean? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Is it like
eggheads, bean counters, dorks, laptoppers, squishes?
I'm just trying to figure out like if there's like a demarcation line for the types of people who maybe don't take it seriously. Because like when I think about who's taking this seriously and who isn't, I do feel like people who do real work, the ones that are cashiers, the ones that are baggers and stuff like that, I think a lot of them are taking it pretty seriously because they were out there for the beginning part of this. They were out there for some of the more dangerous stuff. But I think people in management seem to be the type that aren't taking it seriously, I guess. But then again, I am seeing so many young people out. So I don't know. Is there like a grouping you can put people in, or that aren't being safe?
I mean, I would say that a lot of them are, some would kind of bleed into management, right? Like people in charge of a lab, but some of it is just people thinking that they are smart enough to like take the right precautions.
Yeah.
That they will do things in a way that other people don't, which I personally think is a foolish assumption.
I'm with you. We just had that conversation. Me and my wife just had this conversation about like, you know what? We had a birthday party that was semi-successful, but I think everybody is like really getting too comfortable now. So it's like I'm reassessing very quickly and going back into the hole, I think.
Yeah. Well, there's some really management and that dynamic management versus worker is a part of it because officially there were like a couple months where no one should have been in the building, like very minimal, like just feed the mice and leave, don't do the science kind of stuff. But they never deactivated key card access. And there's sort of this tacit understanding in science that like nothing is really supposed to stop the science, right? So I know for a fact people probably in every lab just never stop coming in during that period when they shouldn't have been when they should have absolutely minimized the time they were there, like do the fewest things possible. And people were not doing that. But that's pretty normal, I'd say, in science, that you have a lot of people, there's a lot of pressure to work, extra hours. You're usually paid, especially like grad students, for, 20 hours, it's a part-time gig. And it's a great pay rate if you actually stop at the 20th hour. But most of the time, if you don't work at least 40 hours, they will not renew your funding. There's usually that hanging over your head. So, that kind of pressure was probably at play for these folks, especially given that scientific funding most likely will take a hit when the shit hits the fan from all the, the eviction crisis that's coming.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, and also, like, it's probably people that care, you know what I mean? That are engaged in their work and want to get the stuff done. So they were coming in and doing it. Are you seeing people like going out a lot and stuff?
Not so much. I mean, I will say, they're like on the nicer days on the way to work, there might be people out. I've been separated from it as much as possible. Like I've been able to work from home for the most part. But people who have been doing experiments that involve like mice or something, like you were saying, mice don't live forever. If it's like an important mouse, they have some like genetic quirk that's useful. Those mice are hard to replenish. We can't really go in and, order them, say, or, like however you get the more mice, we haven't been able to do that. The various ways that you can because of the shutdown, because things that come from outside the building are limited. So it's been kind of interesting to see as like, we've been unable to buy new supplies. People are still finding ways to go in, and there's still kind of a pressure to go in. Like, there've been a few times where we kind of heard from person in charge of our group that like, I can't tell you to come in, and I don't know how we're going to find this, but it would be great if people did, right?
Yeah,
like if you come in, you would probably get away with it is sort of the line. And so, so that's fun.
That's the move, though.
And
that's been the move all through coronavirus, though. I think for a lot of businesses and shit, it has been to say, oh, we can't tell you that you can't. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're not supposed to come in, and we can't tell you that you're not supposed to come in. But, maybe if you broke the rules, nobody would say anything.
All the return procedures are things that employees do. So there's relatively little that doesn't make the liable party if someone gets COVID a worker, right? So the way that we've been recommended is sort of would imply that if people get sick, it's because you didn't wash your hands, every so many minutes before and after everything you do. Like, it's basically impossible to get work done if you actually follow those guidelines. So, kind of like lean staffing, people will cut the corners, but then it's not management ordering it, so they don't care.
Right. Yeah, that fucking sucks, great. Dude. They're our future, for Pete's sake, the neuroscientists.
One thing, and I know you're about to go to break, so I don't want to go off on a big tangent, but one thing that some people that I work with are looking into now is the chief buzzword of all time, neuroeconomics.
No, don't do that.
But basically, the line of research, they're trying to make a bell curve where they can like find the optimum value or like the best way to structure a task for a mouse so that you can get the most lever presses out of the mouse per food pellet given.
I don't like.
So they'll like try. It honestly, it freaks me out because like I saw this and it's like, oh God, the science that you can still get funding for in this post-COVID world is going to be like Jeff Bezos funded. How do we pay the least and get the most out of with like behavioral manipulations and like subtle nudging and structure of the work environment. So
that's depressing.
So I'm hoping we don't go in that direction too much. But
if you find out,
I worry that's where the money will be.
If you find out that's going to be successful, sabotage the experiment.
We'll get you paid.
Yeah, we'll figure out we'll do a GoFundMe for you or something.
I'm hoping it doesn't come to that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, Lonnie. It was good to talk to you. That's interesting as hell.
Thanks for taking the call. Have a good
Hey, you're welcome. Have a good night, buddy.
Yeah.
One more call, and then we're going to Brizache.
Yeah.
That's how carnies say break.
I do got to say that we did know that smart people are stupid. I feel like that's a big tenet of the show. Smart people are stupid.
I mean, I don't know, man. When you think about, like, people who are working as scientists or like, researching as scientists, being people that aren't, like, doing the stuff, it's really fucking...
That's true, yeah.
Like, if it's doctors and scientists and PhDs and stuff, and they're the ones that aren't doing the fucking minimal amount of shit, then we're fucking doomed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you'd think they would at least be doing it, you know?
Yeah.
If the smartest among us aren't doing it, then we're fucked.
Yeah. Well, maybe some mutated mice are having a longer, healthier life.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Maybe one of them will turn into like a super mouse.
Yeah. So I forgot it. There was some article being passed around with them messing around with like monkey brains and like human DNA and shit. And so the people were just like, "Please don't do this. Please don't do that right now.
Yeah.
Please don't go down that route.
Yeah, just
we got other shit to figure out. We cannot deal with Planet of the Apes happening too.
Can y'all like work on this virus? And
Yeah.
that's it. Like that's the only science I want happening right now.
Yeah, give up the boner pills. Stop trying to sell me keeps and hymns.
Yeah.
I don't want to get COVID. That's what I don't want.
Yeah.
That's what would be best for hymns.
Yeah, for him. I don't care about any science that isn't a vaccine or some sort of a pill that I can take to keep me from getting this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, cod liver oil.
Cod liver oil. Get out there, fucking pick all the plants wherever it is and figure out how to cure this thing. There's got to be a plant out there that does it, you know?
There's a few plants in this 8-ounce can of Kin.
Those euphorics.
$1 an ounce. There's botanics. Once again, nourishing botanics.
Yeah.
Different than your run-of-the-mill flavoring botanic. This is a nourishing botanic.
Doing it. You got any feelings at all right now?
Yeah, I feel elevated. I think so.
Do not.
I think I'm right. I feel like I'm like the soul of the party right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they say. That's actually... Is that written on the can?
It is written on the can.
Okay, I was going to say, because that was in the advertising. That's why I bought it, because I thought it was funny.
It is like, it's just perfect for dum-dums when you're just like, why do you buy that for $8? You're like, I don't, because I'm the soul of the party, you know me? That's
trying to have fun.
Shit, Jesus. Yeah, get off my ass. Sorry.
They are really working hard to find some kind of drink to
People
sell
don't
to
want to
people
drink.
that don't
Drinking's
drink.
fucking is hard. You can't do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's fucking with my sleep real bad.
For me...
This... Being the soul of the party doesn't fuck with my sleep.
Yeah, they want... I mean, what they really are shooting for is for a guy like me to buy cocktails.
Yeah.
That's what they want. And I'm not going to do it.
Yeah,
You're
I mean...
get me.
You just want to pop.
Yeah.
That's really all you want is pop.
Throw some nootropics in a Sprite and I might fucking consider it.
Oh my God. Yes, just go all the way back to the original soda jerk and say... We've got Coca-Cola with, boosts in it. Like a shot of...
Coke.
Of nourishing botanics.
Yeah, put nourishing botanicals in my fucking Sprite.
Here's Sprite with adaptogens.
Yes. Put some adaptogens in my Sprite and I'll drink that. I don't want your funky hippie flavors.
Yeah.
That's all that is. That's a hippie flavor.
That is a lot of bold flavors together.
It is. Bold flavors, but they're not the bold flavors of food, actually.
It's one of those ones that you're like, oh, this has to be good for you. Oh, God, they're only putting this in here because it's the best stuff for you. It tastes so bad. It's so inedible that this just has to be out of necessity. They couldn't even make it taste good. It's just too fucking good for you.
Imagine going to the fucking bar and paying like $13 for that and then fucking cracking the can.
Smoking a cigarette with it.
Taking your first drink. And wow.
If you feel it in your shoulder blades.
Yeah. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and then
it's
you're
not like liquor.
Oof, yeah.
It's just like I feel like I did right before this.
You're looking at sweaty glasses of ice that just have a little bit of bourbon in the bottom, and you're like thinking about stealing them off the counter.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our next call in. Next call, and then we're taking a break.
Yeah, break time, baby.
Hello. Oh no, computer, don't fail me.
Oh no, the computer's failing us.
Thanks for calling.
Hi.
Hey, wow.
What's up? Who's this?
It's Ghost.
It's Ghost, the band we played last week on the show that everybody loved, is on the phone right now. How are you guys?
We're good. Yeah, we're good. You know, we're sitting. We're in my living room. It's hot in Philadelphia. I don't have AC right now in my room here, so we're sweating. Drinking a twisted tea. I made Symphony and Margarita here. Yeah. My wife is crocheting a beautiful blanket. But we're just chilling.
So that's the alien life. That's that simple.
Yeah. super aliens. Yeah.
Sounds wonderful.
How you guys?
We're pretty good. It's hot here too, but there is air conditioning, but it's not in the room that we record in. So we're sweating too. Pretty bad, but it's okay. So we played, I think we've played you guys twice now because I'm a fan of it. And so like I'm trying to figure out how to what to say here. Like, how did you decide like what road you were going to go down with this music? Because like it is totally, it's like nothing I've heard, and it's also it feels very familiar to me too, like in a way when I listen to it.
Yeah, it's hard to put into words. I mean, really, thank you for playing our stuff, and all the Street Fight listeners have been very supportive. We've sold actually some stuff on our Bandcamp because you guys played us, and people have reached out. It's been really cool. I don't know, it was sort of kind of
I think it was natural.
The natural thing.
It was an organic thing that happened.
What do you like? Like, what are you listening? Like, what were the inspirations, or like, what kind of, when y'all got together? I guess what did y'all vibe together with?
I guess Limp Bizkit and the Prodigy probably off the top.
Yeah, we kind of like we worked together at a pizza shop, and the pizza shop's pretty groovy. It has like a boss that's very not present. So it kind of has the staff kind of runs it for better for worse.
Great.
But a lot of people are playing bands and like work there, so there's lots of chances to sort of talk. And me and Symphony, like we were like, oh, she like talked about new metal, and then she actually moved away, went to Hawaii, and the volcano happened and had to move back. I thought I was actually never going to see her again, but we ended up. She came back. She said, let's start a band. So then I had some like instrumentals I was working on, and then we were like, it turned out that like we both liked like new metal and stuff, but then my beats were kind of more like jungle,
drum and bass.
Yeah. And so it was like, well, we both really like these stuff too. And then we kind of we did our first show, and we weren't, obviously when you first start, you're not like you're still figuring things out. But I think from early on we had like a pretty clear idea. We just wanted to like go for something that was like really fun, not to like, we wanted to sort of be for everybody. Like it's kind of like like catchy or it's fun to listen to. You can dance to it. Like kind of punk too. Like we didn't want songs that were super long, like kind of short, but kind of combining these different sort of elements together. We just wanted to like people have a good time, and
I think that's it.
So I gotta tell you, when I was working at a pizza shop, that was also the height of my new metal fandom.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, like, Symphony, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, so how did you get into new metal? Because I was a teenager when it was popular, and by the time 10 years after that, everybody was embarrassed to be into new metal. Like, I can only imagine that it's been a renaissance recently, I feel, in the last few years. But it seems like you were very early. So, like, what got you into it?
My older siblings are, like, much older than me. So, yeah, my siblings are, like, 6, 12, 16, and 20 years older than me.
Got it.
So I used to just, like, watch TV with them. And I think I'm like at least 5 years older than I am. So when I was 8, I was watching Limp Bizkit videos.
Yeah.
But that's because I was watching like my 20-year-old brother.
That's, you know what? That's the same for me, because me and Brian get along so well, and he's 5 years older than me. And my cousins were like, I was watching MTV with my cousin when my parents would come over and they wanted to get rid of us. I'd go into the basement and watch MTV with my, 17-year-old cousin when I was 8 years old or something. So that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're getting a lot of attention. There was an article that just came out that was really good if people want to read it, in the Key called "The Glorious Noise of." And here's what I want to ask: How do you say the name of the band?
Gauche,
Gauche.
like the Frank word left. Yeah, but we just spell it differently.
Yeah.
And added the umlaut for fun.
Yeah, like
Even better.
it makes it more
I like the word. I like the word gauche, but I felt like I was being too like literary about it or something. I didn't know, but I love the name. I love the umlaut. That's a big plus. And I do love the energy of the music. Brian and I, we talk about it often. How like doing the show and being politically active and caring about the movement and stuff like that is not something really what I want in my music. Like if even though like listening to the Fred Durst say break stuff, it's not like being too. It's like it's not overly political. It's just an angry feeling, but also get you out of your seat. It's fun, and it's like a great energy to have. And it went dormant for so long, and it was amazing the first time to hear your stuff to be like, holy shit, someone's doing it again. Someone's reigniting the flame,
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it rules. It rules to hear. I've been listening to a lot of the new metal revival stuff. Earlier today, I was listening to it, and like the thing I really like about what y'all are doing is that it does call back to stuff that I was listening to in like the late 90s and the early 2000s, because it also reminds me of like Prodigy.
Yeah.
But that was stuff I didn't like then, and I have grown an appreciation for over time. So to me, it's like really interesting that it's like like watching these styles blend by people that are younger than me, that were kind of not there the first time around, but turning it into something new is like, I mean, it's a lot. I think it's a lot more interesting than just doing like a cover or almost like a tribute act. But but I just think that cover is incredible, and it also does for new metal what. It also sort of does for new metal what new metal was doing at the time. Like new metal, they were doing covers at the time that didn't sound like the original songs. Like Fear Factory did Cars, Limp Bizkit did Faith, Korn did Wicked, and like I think it's so fucking cool that you guys did a cover of break stuff that is still in the spirit of break stuff, but is not actually just the song.
It's a long-standing tradition of metal. I mean, it's since the beginning people have given tribute to the bands that inspired them. And I also, like you said, the drum and bass stuff. I saw he's making a new album, but it reminds me of Tricky also, who was really big back then. One of my favorite fucking electronic artists there. So what are y'all planning to do for the future? Like what's the rest of your year look like?
Well, on July 3rd, they've been doing those Bandcamp Fridays. So they've been really good for artists because they kind of waive their profit share or whatever. And it just draws a lot of attention to the website. So on July 3rd, we're dropping 2 new singles that we're really excited about. And then up until then, and for the rest of June, we're still 2 days left. We're still fundraising. So this whole month, all our sales that we've gone through Bandcamp are going to donate to like a local charity. We're going to have donated over $1,000, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Since we kind of a small band, but people have been really, when the whole thing sort of popped up, we had the song Dear Daddy, and we were kind of, we're just like, whoa, this is cool. Like, this is sort of like our moment in a way, but kind of, we felt a little self-conscious or about it in a way. So we're like, we wanted to like, kind of give back and help out. So that's what we got going on. We're trying to work on a live stream show too. We're trying to write some new songs. It's kind of, difficult being a musician now when you don't have like live performances to sort of, gigs to kind of promote your stuff.
Especially for us, since our performances are so much a part of what the Gauche experience is.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see it. Like that's something that I like. when live shit comes back, I'm gonna be I'm gonna make it a priority to see you guys, even if we have to book you.
We'll be there.
What's the creative process? And I gotta say, I have to, like, I do understand the troubles, but I do love the way that you're able to just release a couple singles and work on songs and make sure that they're actually good shit and you're not just putting it out because you're stuck in the house. There's a level of quality to it, and I like that you it feels like you're editing what gets out here. But like, what's your creative process for this stuff? Are you just like partying and then until the beat grabs you or something?
Every song's kind of different. We kind of like, the stuff that we're putting out now, luckily a lot of it we recorded before the outbreak.
Okay.
So we kind of have a cachet of stuff that we could kind of work on. That we also have a co-producer. He's like our third member of the band, but he likes to hang out in the shadows. I know he's listening, Kevin, and give a shout out to Kevin Keen.
Yeah, shout out to Kevin.
Because he's the man, and he's like a co-producer, and he's also our live sound guy. So he dubs out our vocals and adds a lot of cool effects and stuff while we're playing live. So we were working with him, and he kind of like helps distill our ideas and get them to be kind of like as sharp as as it can be. But we usually, like, these songs, we went on tour again, like at the beginning of the year we went on tour, so we were lucky to tour before the whole pandemic.
Right, and the last 6 singles are all songs that we performed on tour already.
Okay.
Right. And so we had the whole tour to, like, get it really, work on the performances, also, like, work out the kinks. We actually changed the songs. Like, we recorded it, and then we had to redo the verse, because when we recorded it, we were like, well, we should change it around. So
it was too fast.
It was too fast. So we went too overboard. So we like, if we ideally, sometimes they, like, marinate, and they change over time, especially if you can play it. And now, usually, like, I'll come up with beats, and then, Cindy sometimes has lyrical hooks, but then we'll all meet together, and, like, we'll have ideas, but then we'll bounce ideas off each other.
Right, we freestyle a little bit, just scoop around.
Yeah, like,
just get it
try
flowing.
to have fun. Like, we get, get some drinks, whatever helps, and like, just try to, everyone's pretty open and, like, allows a nice space for everybody. So it's a true collaboration, which is good. I think it makes everyone working together. I think makes what we do stronger.
Yeah, is it like, because with me and Brett, it was like, I was talking to my wife, we're going on a sort of a vacation, we're going out to the woods, and it's going to be our families and then another family, and I was like, yeah, me and Brett will probably, like, get some writing done while we're out there, and she was like, yeah, take your computer and take the equipment. I was like, whoa, fucking slow down. It's just that when we hang out, we do stuff. It's not that we're going to actually sit down and write. It's that when we're together, we just kind of naturally make new things that we can come back to later. Is that kind of how you guys work? Like, is that, or do you have to sit down and say, because we have to do that too. It's kind of both ways with us, because we do also have to sit down and say, okay, now we have to write, and it's like, it's time to actually do work now.
That's a little bit of, that's probably about the same.
Yeah, I think we've always got ideas going, and maybe it's like our ideas are a little bit bigger than what we're able to do, but like for now, but we are always working.
Yes, Symphony is like sometimes we kind of throw out just crazy ideas all the time in the group chat. We're like, we should do this sort of thing, and, for a while I was like, I don't know, maybe we should just sort of focus on what's in front of us. The Symphony was like, you know what, just let your ideas flow,
Dream boundlessly, 2020.
Yeah, dream big, and like, if we had like if we had the old biggest budget in the world, we'd probably get that, I don't know if you've seen the 90s, like Limp Bizkit tour with the UFO, and it's got like DJ Lethal and Joel Otto up on the rider, and they got the UFO there. We probably have some crazy stuff. We want that. We want to have the UFO on stage, something crazy like that.
Yeah. We want we want a big breaking statue. Like, we want to have like the Injustice for All Metallica tour, but we're gonna have like the Statue of Liberty is gonna break in half with like us starting a new thing.
Tear it down or something like that. You could.
Yeah,
you know, have,
we'll get this. We'll have like a little pit on stage and let the people come up and mosh, and then the whole thing will crumble.
We really want to get those chain link microphone stands too.
Yeah, we're gonna get
I
chain
was
link.
online looking for chain link microphone stands earlier today.
Saw you posted a picture of a custom mic stand, and I'm right there. We're right there with you. I'm a big Ministry fan, and like Al Jurgensen has like crazy. Prawn, and of course there's Jonathan Davis and Trent Reznor. All got wild. It just adds a cool thing. So we're kind of conceptualizing. Like, I also think with Kevin, he's a set builder too. He basically do it all. The Renaissance man. So we're trying to things. It's more stuff you gotta like lug around and deal with. But
yeah,
in the end, it's worth it. You know.
You gotta get a custom case for him or break him down somehow.
It is.
There?
Yeah, we're here. I think we're losing you here though. I want to thank you guys for calling in and for making music, and we really appreciate it. It's Ghost, GHO with an umlaut SH. But I think you can just type GHOSH. And they are very cool. The music kicks ass. It's what we played last week. And thank you for calling, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for letting us call.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Yeah, we
Goodbye.
will work with you again.
For sure.
Yeah.
In the future, definitely going to get involved and have them involved with more stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Love it when
kick ass.
Cool people to the front of the line, okay? I love when we have an awesome band that likes us.
Dude, it was the same thing. Philly bands really
Philly
like Street
is
Fight.
the best, yeah.
Sheer Mag really liked us.
One of the guitarists from Sheer Mag reached out.
Yeah, so I think
there another one?
Ghosh is very, very cool. And we will do stuff with them later.
Yeah, I can't wait. You can follow them
when
on
we're back on the road.
Instagram, Ghosh.aliens. Yeah, they're easy to travel with.
Yep. All right. Well,
we are going to take a break. We'll be back. We're Street Fight.
There's a war within me. The unalive pain. Feel my
Hey, it's Street Fight. This is Brian. I'm bringing us back. That was a good break. We just played One Ton Tommy Gun. Let me make sure I got that name right. That was from their new album on Bandcamp, which is Bandcamp, onetontommygun.bandcamp.com. It's a buddy of mine. It's a metal band. And, you know, we like to play metal on the show sometimes. We like to play all different sorts of music. But today we played metal. You know, we're taking calls. I'm waiting for Brett to get back from the bathroom. And I was hoping that he'd be back by now so that I would have something to say. But I don't have anything to say. I truly have nothing to say, actually. And really got to get these calls, actually. And Brett's back, so it was a really poor.
Yeah,
I would say that was a poor opening.
Oh no! I guess I should have held it.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay.
I just don't have anything to say right now. You know, I gave all my helmet ideas already at the beginning of the show.
That's true.
And my herd immunity fest opinions. So
maybe Ghosh could do some line of helmets that you put it on and it plays their music.
Yeah, that's another helmet idea.
You could you'd have to wash it and then let your friends borrow it so they could hear the new album.
Yep. No, you don't have to wash it. There will be disposable helmets.
Disposable helmets. So biodegradable. They're made of corn, right?
Yes. Yes, made of corn.
Yep.
I guess a corn helmet.
Just as soon as you're done listening to the song, just throw it right in the garden.
Yeah.
It has weed and feed in it, and there's a couple of seeds.
I don't know about that because then there'd be probably a certain amount of doo-doo in it.
Enough.
You don't want to put
Not enough.
Yeah.
All right, caller, you're on the line. It's Street Fight time.
Hello?
So many people from
just ghosts.
Beyond the...
A bunch of ghosts.
Aliens.
Get it? Like ghosts instead of like the band we just talked to, but ghosts.
My kid is banging on the door.
Answer the next call. I'm not going to sit.
Who's that rapping on my chamber door?
Talk to air.
Skeletons.
I'm not going to talk to the hand, right? Like talk to the hand like back in the 90s.
My daughter called from her Facebook Messenger Kids app. She wants me to wipe her butt.
Oh, jeez. Well, it's butt time for you. I'll answer this call, which is better than wiping an ass. Hey, it's Street Fight.
Thanks.
Who's this?
Brian's got nothing to say. Another ghost?
Hello?
Are these
You there?
people being... Someone killing the callers?
I don't know.
Is there a serial killer
going
that's
on.
snuffing out these callers?
Jason, is everything working?
Looks like we're connected, so I don't know.
Huh. All right. Well, I will sit here and answer. I guess, answer the next call while Brett wipes an ass. But I hope the next call actually is a person because it sounds different, too. I got to say, there's a lot of noise in here.
It's someone knocking on the door.
No, I'm talking about like background noise. Go ahead and answer the call.
Talk! Damn it.
Hey, it's Street Fight. Who's this?
Oh shit, is this me?
It's you, yeah. Very loud.
Oh, hell yeah. Sorry, I'm on my headset. So this is Matt from Memphis. I talked about what we've been doing on the City Hall occupied protest.
Oh,
here
really?
In Memphis.
So you have your own chop in
I
Memphis.
emailed Brett.
Yeah, he's wiping an ass. But
been out here for like 13 days or so. I'm not out there right now because I kind of been pushing myself too hard and had a bit of heat exhaustion yesterday. So I've been taking a little breather. But like today, we just installed our first people's public garden right in front of the city hall in Memphis, which was very cool.
Hell yeah.
We just dug up their really dumb lawn and planted vegetables and stuff.
Oh man. So I guess I didn't even know there was a chop in Memphis. So how did this come about? Like, I mean, what's the story of how you guys got this land?
Well, it was kind of roughshod from the beginning. Like, there was maybe not as much planning as in retrospect I would have liked to see going into it, but like there were concerns about like if we do a lot of planning and get a lot of people to know, then that's a security risk. The cops are just going to overwhelm us and shut the shit down.
Yeah, for
and so a couple weeks ago, I got the word from my local DSA, like, hey, this event we had set up for like DSA demands action from City Hall. We're actually not just going to be there for a couple hours. We're going to spend the night. And I got heads up about that a couple days before we did it. And then I and some other folks were kind of asking around, like, hey, any reason why like this couldn't last longer than like a day? And apparently, yeah, like there have been some logistical concerns, but we've held out strong, been maintaining this thing, which has been awesome. And yeah, we've had people out there for the past almost 2 weeks now, and we're trying to be a thorn in the side of the city until the city decides they want to actually do something to stop police from murdering black people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So are the cops there? Are the cops standing on the outside or whatever? Or are they just like leaving it alone?
Well, it's been kind of interesting. So the first day when we had our like publicly planned action, the cops, we kind of made them look like huge nerds because we hung up signs saying like defund the police and Black Lives Matter and stuff on this big fence, this construction fence they have outside of City Hall. And the cops apparently didn't like that, and they rolled up saying, could you please not do that? We don't like you hanging signs. Stop hanging the signs in front of City Hall. And we just sort of brushed it off as whatever. And then maybe an hour or so later, we had this big thing where we just started writing the names of a bunch of black people that the police have killed all over the ground on City Hall with chalk.
Uh-huh.
The cops showed back up asking us not to do it. And we were just sort of like, we're good, thanks, bye. I think I posted on the street fight about getting in the cop's face with my camera and talking a little bit of shit, but like, it's kind of worked out cool. Like, we haven't been causing problems, and we've been helping a lot of folks. Like, probably the thing I'm most proud of that we've done out there is we've been feeding an insane amount of folks, like houseless folks or whoever who wants food.
Uh-huh.
Somehow we've worked it out to where we can provide food to people, and that's something the city isn't doing and never is given a shit about doing.
Yeah.
We, in Memphis, don't have a city-run shelter for houseless folks. What we have is a ramshackle group of mostly church-run homeless shelters that all charge admission to get in the door.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these varying constraints of who can go where, and it's just a mess. And that's kind of one of our big pushes right now, is that the city take action to not only defund the police, but actually do stuff to take care of the people who live here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Have you seen the people from City Hall? Have they been there? Are they on like one of their 87-month vacations or whatever City Hall does?
So that's actually been kind of interesting. So our mayor, Jim Strickland, who I think is a big piece of shit, after the first couple of days we'd been out there, really the first day and a half, apparently someone in the mayor's office freaked out and saw, like, why are all these tents out there? And they specifically waited because a lot of us had been out there for 20, 30 plus hours at this point. And they just came out once they saw everyone tried to do a shift change because they were exhausted or overheated and needed a break. And they came out and were like, hey, yeah, we definitely want to talk with all y'all. And they tried to railroad the couple of people who were there, but a comrade of mine just really stepped up, chewed their ass out on Facebook Live, and it was beautiful. Like,
that's awesome.
They took no shit, and I respect the fuck out of her for that.
Can I ask now? I'm gonna ask you. Are you sleeping there? Are you personally sleeping there?
So, I haven't slept there. Well, technically at all, because I've done a shift where I stayed there overnight without sleeping. I have a couple times marshaled until very late at night and decided, like, okay, things are cool now. If there's no one else but me, like, I can't do like 24 hours again, or I'm going to be real bad tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But we have had some folks down there, like, almost since day one, like 24/7, which has been amazing.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I always wondered when it came to some of these occupations, like, do people actually sleep, and are you able to get sleep there? Are you, like, eating your meals there and stuff?
Yeah, like, I've eaten there a bunch of times. We've, like I said, had a lot of people staying there very long term. You know, it's obviously, like I said, it eventually will wear some folks out where they got to take a break, which is necessary. And we're kind of trying to figure out the logistics of how we can sustain this thing, if this is going to be an indefinite, ongoing occupation. But it's really held up in ways I never expected it would at some points in time. And I'm just really proud of everything that everyone has pitched in to build out here.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's really good. I mean, I'm really proud of all the people that have different autonomous zones and areas in their city. I kind of wish we were doing one here, but you know, it's hard to do. And the police here may be more it sounds like maybe more aggressive. So
the citizens aren't aggressive enough as well.
Yeah, we're not aggressive, I guess. But hey, you know, keep it up. I mean, planting a garden on the grounds of City Hall without permission is a very cool move.
Love it.
It felt really cool sticking up that fucking dumbass lawn and putting plants in the ground earlier this afternoon. I and everyone else was exhausted because we did like 2 in the afternoon, but I'm so happy about what we've accomplished today with that, and I just hope we can kind of keep growing this thing from here.
Absolutely.
Can I ask one more thing? Like, how scared were you in the run-up to this? Were you a little worried? Is this your first time doing something like this?
I wasn't, for me, scared because I'm a dumbass and probably a little too reckless. But yeah. I really think my concern was from the get-go, like, oh shit, have we got this set up enough to make this thing work? But like, hell or high water, we've found a way to keep this thing going, and it's just really been beautiful. Like, despite, tensions that flare up when everyone's working too hard, like, we have maintained this thing, and it keeps on going, and it's just been awesome for me to see.
It's great.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear. I'm really happy for you, and keep it up. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Well, thank y'all. I'm glad. Like, this is by far the coolest thing I could have called in about since I've been listening for the past couple of years or so. So I'm glad I was able to get on the air.
Nice, and I hope we get to come into Memphis someday and see y'all. We really want to perform there. Just haven't figured it out yet.
Love Memphis. We have some great ideas, but we need a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, have a good night there. We have good.
Y'all too.
Memphis
Thank y'all
ideas.
so much for letting me on.
Yeah. Hey, have a good night.
Yeah, old Tomcat Sexton, or the Trillbillies, has a goddamn great hookup in Memphis that we have to, if we can use it, we can make something incredible happen.
It would be very cool.
I think
I
we
know
could
what
do
that
a show
idea
too. I think we could get a podcast out of it and a fucking rap show out of it.
Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah. I mean, as soon as we're able to go out, that might be the move. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee.
I fucking love Memphis.
Memphis, Tennessee. Have you seen that?
No.
The Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler stuff?
Yeah.
When he's like, oh, why are you man, I'm from L.A., you're from Memphis, Tennessee. He keeps just saying Memphis, Tennessee, and you're barefoot and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just a really good Andy Kaufman. Just rest in peace.
All right. Thanks for calling
Peace.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to?
Hey there. It's Miles the dog walker. I've called in a couple times before.
Oh, sweet. What's up,
I'm actually
Miles?
I'm calling from my boss's apartment where I am temporarily, I guess, staying.
Now, that's
because
fun.
of COVID.
Because of COVID, you're
yeah.
stuck at your boss's place? Is your boss there?
Well, not right now, but yeah, because my whole building got evicted.
Oh,
wow.
Really?
So that's why I'm calling in.
So did they lend you a
That's what I was
place, or did they charge? Are you getting paid to house sit or something?
Well, I mean, the way that I see it is I'd make her a lot of money. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna impose on her. So she was the first person I came to. I was like, you know what, you've got an upstate house that you've got because you've got 7 dog walkers giving you $300 a week. So you know what, if you want me to keep working when you stay at your place, because otherwise I'm gonna have to go to Colorado or something.
Yeah.
So,
that is a powerful move right there. I appreciate it.
Take it right to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
but,
is
it also comes with territory of, well, now she controls both my housing and my income. So
Yeah,
it's not long term. It's
yeah, but I mean,
yeah, I wanted
not having a place.
Go ahead.
It's nice to have a place, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things where you're like, yeah, she's got kind of the upper hand, I guess, in this situation. But you know what? I have a place to sleep right now. When I come out on the other end, I will have squeezed something out of my boss instead of my boss squeezing something out of me.
Oh, I mean, she's trying. She kind of was like, well, I was kind of thinking about renting out that extra room. I was kind of thinking $1,100 for it, but it's pay what you like for now. And I'm like, all right, I will pay what I like.
Yeah.
And what you like is $0.
$400, $300.
Yeah.
Well, she'll find out soon. But yeah. So right now I am apartment hunting, but I kind of wanted to talk about the eviction shit going on here in New York because they did the whole eviction moratorium here, but
Yeah, what was the
what were the details?
Yeah, what's the details on that?
So I actually I lived with OK Fox before from Art and Labor.
Yeah.
I lived in the apartment above them, and so like we kind of unionized in a way to be like, hey, we're gonna try and like get a lower rate from our landlord for the time being, because like most of us lost our fucking jobs, and so it was a mess. Like we came in with like an email like at the beginning of the month saying like, hey, we can't afford our current rate of rent. We'd like to get a reduction. How is this? We sent it to the email that we send her payment through, which she uses Zelle, which is already kind of like a suspicious.
I love Zelle. Zelle is my shit.
To be. Oh yeah, but I mean for a landlord to be using that.
Yeah, I agree. I would be like, weird.
Yeah, but it's because like her building is illegal and not registered and weird as fuck. She's just like she's a shady landlord. So yeah, she ignored our email, didn't reply to it, and then the next month, like she didn't reply to us for a whole month, and then come like towards the end of the following month, she was like, "Hey guys, haven't heard from you. Wondering where the rent is. Are you all doing all right? I hope you're doing well with the pandemic." Just kind of like saying ignorance. And so then like we came back and was like, "Hey, we actually sent you this email back in April. We would suggest checking your email and like getting back to us." And then she like just totally like flipped on us and being like, "Why did you email me? You should have texted me. We've always corresponded through text. Call me. And then she like started calling like both floors just relentlessly, and we just all were like, "Nope, we're gonna ignore her. We want this all through writing."
Yeah, no. That makes sense.
Yeah, and also like we were also talking with the local tenants union and like getting advice with them through the whole process, and like talking to like the lawyer through there, and like they were just pretty much, yeah, you guys are doing the right thing. This is a month-to-month agreement, so if you guys don't figure out an agreement, then it's like you're not on a lease, and this building is not registered, so she doesn't have that much on you, but like it could be risky. She could still evict you. And
it's not registered though?
It's not registered. Which all the buildings are supposed to be if you're renting them out and like making money off of them and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, this building was not. Even like when we changed addresses, we couldn't do it through the internet because it just like couldn't even recognize it as an address really, which was very bizarre.
Yeah, that's wild. It's wild out there.
Yeah.
New York is just, with the housing situation in New York, is I will never understand it.
Yeah, it's like that's like why we've all just been like really hoping for like a canceling rent, but that's never gonna fucking happen with our fucking like mayor and whatever. Just it's a mess, and like especially with so many people in our particular area being like illegal immigrants, and they're also like very much being like abused in similar situations, if not worse, I imagine. And yeah, even though there was a moratorium, she just basically like harassed us. She even like sent like her doctor's son, who like worked with COVID patients, to our house personally to like put these bogus ass eviction notices or like leave in 15 days.
So you just ended up, you just had to get out of there because they were just going to keep harassing you until you left?
We chose to do that. Like also because we didn't want to go through the court process and risk losing it, even though like, she probably didn't have anything on us.
True.
It's just a lot of people a lot of us didn't want to go to court, and so like it just became a situation of like, you know what, we can just like walk away now and get like 3 months of free rent out of it, and then she's just out from that. So
yeah,
we just like chose to not pay and then just use that money to start over somewhere else.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I think you made the right decision there.
Yeah, it was just a bummer. It was a good place to live, liked the people I lived with. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and it does feel good to, like, you know, in the end, feel like we screwed her out of several $1,000s.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, Miles. We appreciate it. And good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck on the
Thank you.
apartment hunt.
Yeah, I guess I'll plug, just in case, like, anyone has any leads for places in Brooklyn or New York, just because, like, I have trouble getting on a lease because most of my work is under the table, and so it's hard to figure out, like, what my income is. But, yeah, if you just look up Sexual Gumby on Twitter, you'll find me. My username is HibikiChikibi, but I imagine that Sexual Gumby is going to be easier to find.
Yeah. That's probably easier, yeah. All right. Have a good night, Miles.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Sexual Gumby is an intriguing name.
Yeah. It's like a Gumby you can...
all those twisted ways.
Do stuff with. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, let's get this call. It is so hot. I am like just hot.
You're burning?
Hot as hot can be. Yeah. That was nice, though. Get a little burp out.
Yeah, you've really been getting it all out this show.
Letting it all hang out, you know?
Yep. Last call.
Last call for alcohol.
Hey, thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, here's that.
Can barely hear you.
We can barely hear you there.
Hey, I'm sorry. Closer, Zach.
Oh, what's up, Zach? How's it going today?
I'm all right. I work for a major medical insurance company.
Okay.
I just wanted to chime in on how we're dealing with this shit show.
So by medical insurance, what do you mean?
Like the insurance you have?
Health insurance. Health insurance.
Well, I didn't know if it was like insurance on equipment, surgeries. I don't know.
That's true.
Or if it's retail, personal.
The health insurance that most people should be getting, nationally or, now it's through their employer, but.
Right, got it.
It's fucked up.
Just want to make sure.
There's a terrible spillover with all that shit, and, we're making too much money still.
Really?
And, during this crisis, we're taking money from people.
I mean,
with their.
What's the internal messaging?
We're saying is that we're handling things as a company. We're going to cover everything that we're going to cover testing. We're going to cover treatment for COVID, but it's unfortunate because the testing. Everyone should be tested when they need to be tested. But what's happening now is we're extracting funds still from people when they have accounts with their employers, and their employers are dropping them constantly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, I mean, it's a scummy business.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in the health insurance business too, and it's a scuzzy business, man. It's like I mean, it's probably not going to last forever, though, maybe. You know, we could win this thing. And then you'd be working for the government.
I got into this. I was trying to, like, get some education, like rural public health. That was my goal. And now I'm sort of stuck in this. I'm stuck in, telling people that, that their loved ones are dying and recovering portions of their treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that. It's tough. I've been stuck in a job in the past, and it does feel hopeless. It's like at times like these, like it's sort of like you have to think, well, I have a job right now in a time where a lot of people don't have them, and if I say if things bounce back, just because like it feels like we're in a spiral here, but you can do something else. There will be other opportunities out there for you. You're not stuck.
I get that. I don't know, just the whole shift to work at home, which is I'm grateful for, because I have a job now. Still,
yeah.
I'm not collecting. I'm not left in the dust like so many American workers.
Right. Are they trying to phase you back into work, or are you going to be out for the long haul here?
No. They realize that they put so much money into what I'm doing, and it's they're probably going to close the office because they realize what we could do at home.
Yeah, I wish
I never wanted to go home. I didn't want to go home. I didn't want to like make my home my workplace. That's with a job like this. I mean, I'd be fine like working at home doing things I love, but beyond this, it gets confusing. When your living room becomes your office.
Absolutely. My wife was in that situation. Then they phased her back into work, and now she's like, God damn it, I want to go back home.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, thanks for calling in, buddy. It's good to hear from you, and I think you'll get out on the other end of this very well.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a great night, buddy. All right, man. We did the show.
That's the Street
We
Fight
done
Radio
did the fucking call-in show. I thought for a minute we weren't going to get all the calls, and then we got all the calls early.
Seemed like there wasn't. I don't know what that situation was. 2 people that dropped.
We fucking rocked it though, dude. But those 2 people dropped, and then we got 2 jump-ins, which I assume are those 2 people.
I think one was.
Yeah.
Might have been.
So there we go. That's the show. We did it.
That's Street Fight Radio.
Hooray!
That's the show. Thanks for listening, everybody. My name is Brett. He's Brian. You can find us on social media. We're at Street Fight WCRS on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and YouTube. On Twitch, we are just at Street Fight Radio. Subscribe over there and give us some love and do all those wonderful things. We appreciate the Twitch people. Brian's playing Last of Us right now, but it's not going to stream it because it's for his own personal well-being, which I understand completely. Jason showing off at the end. And so if you want to hear more Street Fight Radio, it's there, right on the internet. It's there at streetfightradio.com. If you want to help out with the zines, it's at streetfightradio.com. If you want to support the show and keep things going, I'm going to try to get the merchandise rolling again. But we have a lot of Gumball shirts left over. You can get that stuff at store.streetfightradio.com. You can also buy physical versions of the zine over there as well. So that's all available right now, and trying to work on new exciting things without overwhelming myself. But we have more on the way. We'll see you on Wednesday for the basement show. Sorry. We're Street Fight. Peace.